Guys, I'm Venom Kid here, coming to you again. How's everybody doing out there? And as always, this is dedicated to all the fans out there that watch and continue to watch this show, despite the nitpicks and things like that of the show. And I'm talking about Ultimate Spider-Man, episode 4, entitled Venom. We are Venom. Yeah, Venom debuted in this episode, guys. Uh, uh, the episode was entertainment, especially during the end ish. During the ending, really. Um, it basically they took the idea of Venom and they turned it a little bit around a lot. It was created by Doc Ock in this one, which is very different for Norman Osborn, and it still has the essence of Spider-Man, so it was still there in a way. What also transpired in this is the relationship and friendship between Harry and Peter in a way. We really had to their friendship was kind of tested in this because at one point we see Spider-Man on the during the first part of the episode we see Spider-Man on the Spider-Mo, I guess the Spider Cycle, I guess that's what it's called, and he's being chased by an Octobot, and he's able to stop it, but not until this Octobot got a part of its DNA, his DNA basically. Okay, so that was how pretty much Doc Ock was able to create this newer version of Venom. However, during his time in school, we see Harry and Peter meeting up. Peter's late for school and things like that. However, during lunch or so, that's where basically we start to see, Sam Alexander, this version of Nova is it comes off as a dick. He really does, because he's saying that Peter's only stays around Harry because he's rich and everything like that, and that kind of really hurts Harry a lot. And Peter can't really tell Harry why he hangs around these four, why he hangs around them. So that kind of plays an act into it as well. And then there's this big party at Harry's. First, it was supposed to be just a typical movie night like they always do, and it turns out to be something more for Harry. He kind of starts to show off his money a little bit. You kind of see that in a little bit, and he invites all the people from school to his penthouse, and they party, and lo and behold, that's where we enter the Venom symbiote, basically. It attaches itself to Flash, which is kind of reminiscent of what the symbiote now is. Venom is now Flash Thompson in the comics, which is kind of it was kind of funny. And then after that, it causes a lot of destruction. The kids run out of the apartment, and Peter's able to turn to Spider-Man and try to deal with the situation. Lo and behold, that's where Sam comes in as Nova. Then he gets host. He becomes a host to it, and the symbiote keeps jumping from host to host in this episode until they're starting to fight on the rooftop. And once again, Iron Fist shines in this episode pretty much, and since Iron Fist in this is kind of a pacifist, which I'm not really like. Iron Fist a pacifist, okay. He kind of can talk. He understands the symbiote, and Danny finds out that the symbiote wants Peter. I mean, it keeps jumping from. It jumps from Nova. It jumps from Iron Fist to Power Man, and then finally, after a while, it finally jumps to Peter, and that's when it becomes kind of the Venom that we all know. However, the difference between the classic Venom and this Venom is he didn't say we, he said I. So kind of gave it a little remnants of Carnage. As Cletus Cassidy is more in tune with his symbiote, he says I instead of we. And then the rest of the squad are fighting Peter as a symbiote. Harry and MJ tries to go back up to the rooftop to get a picture and stuff so she can, get a scoop and try to get into the bugle. Harry nearly falls off the roof, and and uh and then the symbiote sees Harry and he starts to come at, and Peter's trying to fight it. Like, no, Harry, that's my friend. And after that, that's where the episode really got good. This is where it really got good. They really toned down the comedy and really good, because there was a fight scene between Peter and Venom at that moment. Sorry. Sorry about that. Email. It it really showcased Peter basically, and it really showcased, guys, that the animation there was really good. It was crisp, it was fast, it was very well moving, and I enjoyed that part of it very much. I was like, okay, wow, that was, now why can't it be like this a little bit more? But it was good to see that. It was really good to see the kids kind of putting their differences again aside to dealing with Venom. And they pretty much stopped it. And, Harry is like, my friend Peter, and he's like, he's okay. Peter as Spider-Man says, he's okay. I thought this episode was interesting, especially, it was fun, especially at the end of the end part. That fight scene really was like, okay, wow, they toned down the comedy on that part. Like, when Peter was breaking out of the symbiote, like, this animation they just pulled off was just really crisp and smooth and clean, and I really enjoyed that part of the episode. So bottom line, guys, my thoughts on episode 4 of Ultimate Spider-Man, entitled Venom, was actually decent. It was fun. It was very much, I enjoyed it for what it was. I can't wait to see the next episode. The next episode is we see Peter get his Stark armor in this one, the Iron Spider armor. So it's gonna be really interesting to see that play out. But I'm really looking forward to seeing Taskmaster. That's who I want to see the most. But other than that, guys, once again, I do this for all the fans that like the show, and so to speak. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Like I said, not everybody likes the show, but for those who do like it, way to go. It was fun. But thanks for listening, guys. Catch you on the flip flop, and catch you next week with my thoughts on episode 5. Y'all take care.